Hey guys, it is Mike. It is Friday, so it is time for the Horror Freak 85's Friday Fright Challenge. We could choose from two different topics over the next 2 weeks, one dealing with animal horror and one dealing with sharp teeth. So, like werewolves or any kind of creature feature kind of thing where they use their teeth to kill you. So, not slashers, basically. Um, So the movie I picked was Abominable. I love this movie. It's such a fun little watch. Yeah, the Sasquatch is kind of cheesy looking, but fun. So this movie came out in 2006. It was directed by Ryan Schifrin, and it stars Matt McCoy from um, Deep Deep Star Six and Hand That Rocks the Cradle, and he's done a ton of other stuff. So you would probably recognize him when you see him. A young lady named Haley Joel is basically the final girl. She has not done a whole lot since then. And then it stars a whole cast of characters. She has 5 friends. We have Jeffrey Combs, Reanimator, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, a ton of other horror movies, as well as D. Wallace Stone is in here for about 5 minutes. A good character actor. I know him mainly from CSI Miami. His name is Rex Lynn, and then Lance Henriksen from Alien and Pumpkinhead, and the numerous things that he's done. So good cast. Don't get too attached to most of them because they're only in it for a few minutes here and there. So basically, you have these two versus that. So the backstory is that um, Matt McCoy's character is Preston, and he is wheelchair bound after an accident, rock climbing or hiking accident that killed his wife and paralyzed him. So he's in a wheelchair. He's doing some rehab out in out in the country in a nice cabin, and he has a male nurse that kind of looks after him. The male nurse is kind of jerky, but I like him. And then Amanda and her friends show up to celebrate um, the last weekend of one of their friends before she gets married. So kind of like a bachelorette weekend. So the creature starts. We realize something's going on when the Rex Lynn character and D. Wallace Stone character are awakened in the middle of the night by some really loud, weird noises, and they go out and they find one of their horses has been mutilated. So they figure out there's something in these woods, and so they go back in the house. They run back to the house because they're terrified because they hear more noises. So and you can see this huge creature kind of walking around their house, and so Rex Lynn puts together a little hunting team to find out what it is. Meanwhile, Preston sees the bride to be get abducted by something. He has no idea what it is. He just knows it's really big and really furry. So he immediately starts trying to contact the police. Meanwhile, the hunting team is out and about trying to figure out what it was that killed the horse, and they find the bride to be, and she is in bad shape. Her stomach's all tore open and everything, and they're going to try to help her, and then all of a sudden, the Sasquatch just rips her away and finishes her off. And then one by one, the Sasquatch kills Rex Lynn, Lance Henriksen, and Jeffrey Combs. So all of that whole set of characters is gone. Meanwhile, the police come and they tell Preston that he's full of bull. But Preston tries to get the attention of the girls, and while he's doing that, he's watching to make sure that nothing happens to the girls. Well, one girl, her name is Tracy. She just got done out of the shower and she's whatever, and there's this little tiny window, and the Sasquatch reaches through, crashes through that little window, and basically snaps her in half and pulls her out. So that's a really cool scene. Um, and then, then Preston's like, "Oh God, I got to get in touch with these girls," and he finally does, and he tells them, "You have to hide. He is in the house. Hide." So the other three girls are hiding, and one by one he picks them off, except for Amanda. Amanda gets away. She runs over to Preston's. Um, there's a whole uh, series of events that takes place with the Sasquatch in the house, trying to get away. Amanda has lowered herself down off of the balcony, the second story thing, balcony of the house, on a rope. Unfortunately, Sasquatchy gets a hold of the rope and starts pulling him forward, pulling her back up. Well, the male nurse shows up. He had been drugged by Preston because Preston didn't want any kind of getting, he didn't want to fall asleep or anything because he knew what was going on. So the male nurse shows up, wakes up, and puts an axe in the back of Sasquatch's head or whatever. Well, that just ticked him off a little bit more, and he bites the guy's face right off. So pretty gory, graphic scene. Um, and basically, Preston and Amanda try to get away. They're in a car. They end up pinning the Sasquatch to a tree, and they just keep pressing on the gas, and they slammed into the tree pretty hard, so the car's not in great shape, but Preston puts it in park, and forces the gas pedal down with some kind of device to keep it going, and eventually that's what kills the Sasquatch. However, after they're taken away in ambulances, the police are all standing out in the woods kind of looking around to see what else is going on, and all of a sudden you see all these eyes all over the place. So, yeah, fun movie. I would highly recommend this. I'd give this for me personally, this is my kind of movie. I love monster movies. So, yeah, this was definitely an A for me, an A minus. The acting is good. There are a lot of good actors in it, that's why. The girls, they're, most of them have not done a whole lot since this movie. But overall, yeah, give this one a try, guys. Thanks. That's my entry.